Um, yeah, I'm on Facebook, but I didn't come to Facebook just to talk to anybody or or my friend who I went to school with. I'm just gonna like read like back and forth like comments between me and her. The girl that I used to go to school with. I said I wasn't gonna do any more of these videos, but this is the last one, and I'm gonna move on. But I just want to do this. There's some like crazy, funny stuff like coming from her. Like, I'm gonna read some comments, and it's gonna lead into the craziness. Okay, okay, okay. I'm just gonna read a back and forth between me and my friend Amy, and she's on Facebook right now. So yeah, um, okay, here it goes. Amy, are you busy? Just scrolling on Facebook for a bit. Just got on. My sister and my father are watching me like a hawk. They think I'm saying things that will get me in hot water on Facebook. Well, you haven't said anything messaging me that would cause any problems. I think it's interesting to hear how different people's lives can be. Yeah, my father is old and out of touch. He still thinks I'm still the way I was when I was a kid. I don't care what he thinks. He thinks talking to you is a problem. I saw an army of shrinks because he made me. Ridiculous. People have lost their minds today. What have you been doing? I've been just working and running my kids around. How many kids do you have? Three. 19-year-old daughter, 16-year-old son, and 14-year-old daughter. Wow. They are all teenagers. One of them look like you? People say my girls look like me. My two younger kids have blue eyes but dark hair, and my son has some of my features. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you for having a wonderful family. I'm alone. I'm just a uncle to my brother's daughter. She is 24 and has mild mental retardation or intellectual disability. I lost my older brother in a car crash. A teenager hit him head on US 271 between Gilmer and Gladewater. He works for the Upshur County Sheriff's Department. My brother and I didn't talk much. It was sad I lost him. He's in a better place now. I'm sorry I didn't know that. I'm sorry. I didn't know that you I didn't know that I didn't know that about your brother. I know one thing about my brother. He was as funny as I was. You remember how funny I was back in junior high? Anyway, he was a hothead and didn't take crap from anybody. That's what I like about him. Thank you for caring, Amy. You're a good, sweet, down to earth woman. I, I bet one of your daughters are just like you. Your husband must be the luckiest man to be married to you. I had a hard time finding that special someone. I am better off finding someone overseas. I just didn't know how to talk to girls back in junior high and high school. Don't want to bug you with my sob story. Anyway, you, your husband, and your children take care. Bye. Thank you. I do remember you being funny back then, and I'm sure you still are. Well, I'm still that wisecracking Southern Californian. A little bit. Also, I forgot to tell you this. You are very, very intelligent. I bet you are a wonderful wife and mother. Wonderful wife to your hubby and wonderful mother to your children. I hope you be a wonderful grandmother to your children's children one day. I hope your son find a nice, sweet, down to earth, intelligent woman who is understanding and caring one day. I remember me and you used to watch Ren and Stimpy back in the day. I remember me and you used to watch Ren and Stimpy back in the day. I used to do impressions of both Ren and Stimpy to you at school and you laughed. You liked it. You probably don't remember that. Well, again, bye. Okay, this is the next day. Well, not the next day, but a day after the week the week on the next day. I mean the next day on the week. I mean. Okay. Okay. I think this. Okay. That was back on like okay October the 19th. Yeah. Okay. This is from October the 24th. Hello, Amy. How are you? I'm good, but cold. We had a cold front hit today, and I hate it. How are you? I'm doing fine. A cold front. It's cold where you're at. It isn't cold here in East Texas. It was a little warm, about 66. Where you, your husband, and your kids live? I'm in West Texas. It was like 80 yesterday and 66 when we left the house this morning, but it got down to the 40s. West Texas? I went through there moving from California to Texas with my mom, dad, and brother back in 1990 at the age of 8. Flat land and a lot of mountains. Weather in Texas is weird. Try living in Southern California. You are going to deal with the Santa Ana winds. With the Santa Ana winds, you are going to have warmer winters and cooler summers. Winters with the hot weather sucks. Well, it isn't that bad. I remember I went through an earthquake. When I was little, I was sleeping in bed one night. The earthquake shook the house and the bed I was in. It didn't do any damage. Earthquakes are no big deal to anyone. Ew! No! I don't want to be anywhere that has earthquakes or hurricanes. I don't even like thunderstorms. Yeah, earthquakes suck. Hurricanes suck. I've been living in East Texas for 19 years and I never went through a tornado. Don't want to be in that. Didn't get them in East Texas. Amy, I'm about to say something funny. Have you ever heard about the Royal National Anthem of the United Kingdom? God Save the Queen/King. Well, I have a national anthem for you and your family. It is called God Save Amy and her family. God save the gracious Amy. God save the gracious Amy. Save her family from the crappy East Texas weather. God save the Broxleys. Just want to make you laugh. I'm still funny. Just want to see if I have that magic again like I did back in school. I guess I'm lame and boring. Well, I noticed seeing old guys. I noticed seeing old guys with big fat pot bellies. Their bellies are so fat and big, they look like they have the belly of a pregnant woman. Looks like they're looks like they're looks like they're carrying babies. I bet you can beat them all in the Boston Marathon as a pregnant woman. Amy, ha ha ha, I beat you. I hope that's funny. Want to see if I still have my sense of humor. Anyway, bye. Yep, you're still funny, Lalu. And me running a marathon is really funny, even though you probably didn't mean it to be. I got another one. Since you live in Texas, you will love this one. On an episode of Cheaters, Amy Rebecca Parks Broxley, a West Texas mom, is caught having an affair with a Texas Longhorn. Cheaters has been filming her and showing the video footage to her husband, Amy's husband. How could you, Amy? How can you cheat on me with a Longhorn? I hate y'all. Longhorn, moo. Amy's son. Yes, I saw Mom kissing the Longhorn at a Whataburger. Is he gonna be my new dad? How did you like what I put down? Was it funny? Just want to know if I still have it. I hope I didn't make you mad. Haven't been funny in years. Haven't been funny in years. Been unfunny and going through drama before. Haven't been unfunny and going through drama before I found you on Facebook. I'm around too many uptight people. I'm glad I still have a sense of humor. Got some more funny stuff to say. Just one. That's it. I'm sure you didn't lose your humor. You said you work. I bet people you work with think you're funny. Yes, I have a job and work to pay the bills. And yes, people know how funny I am. If you're okay with that cheaters thing where you were having an affair with a Texas Longhorn, so it's cool. I got a funny one. You in a Mom Jeans commercial. It is like the it's like the NSL Mom Jeans one. Mom Jeans commercial. Are you looking for that perfect gift for Mother's Day? Introducing Mom Jeans from J.C. Penney. Amy, I love my Mom Jeans. They are so comfortable and fit me nicely. They make my butt look good and bigger. I'm not a woman anymore. I'm a mom. You'll be skipping around, hugging and kissing your husband and fixing your children some food with the camera showing your butt in the Mom Jeans. Getting into the car with your female friends, and all the husbands and kids will look at all of you like you're nuts. Amy, I love to wear them to a baseball game, a soccer game, and a night on the town. You will be laughing, shaking your booty, and your husband will still look at you like you're nuts. Well, what do you think of that? Funny? Yeah, that's funny too. Amy, have you ever heard about poutine? Poutine is a dish that includes French fries and cheese curds topped with a brown gravy. It originated in the Francophone province of Quebec in Canada. It's in Canada. The ingredients are French fries, gravy, and cheese curds. It is greasy and messy and eaten with a fork. Eat too much of it, it will give you type 2 diabetes. Your last name, Parks. Is it an Anglo-Scottish name? Your husband's last name, Broxley, sounds British/Anglo-Saxon. I don't really know much about either of our ancestry. My dad was adopted, so the Parks name isn't blood, but I do know we have Indian on his side. Your dad was adopted. I remember when we were kids in the sixth grade, you told me you were a Native American by simply telling me you were an Indian. You don't know what Native American tribe you and your father came from? My father's family came from Oklahoma. There's some Native Americans living in the state. I probably have some Native American people in my family. I don't know. My grandmother on my father's side came from Tennessee, and my grandfather came from Oklahoma. My mom took Ancestry.com and found out she is Irish, Sierra Leone, Black, West African, and Japanese. It looks like me, my late older brother, and my sister have this as well. Plus, my father told me there was a white man who married one of the black women in his family. He told me that is the reason why he has blue eyes. I'm going to take Ancestry.com to find out what I am. You just spit in the tube and send it to them. You and your husband need to do this. You guys need to find out what you guys are. You are probably more than just an Indian. When I first met you, you were so cute. A cute little girl with long black hair who told me to come over to hang out with her and talk to her. You let me touch and play with your hair and show me you can wiggle your ears. I liked it. Some days I would tell you to wiggle your ears for me. Some days I would tell you to wiggle your ears for me. And you did. Probably a Native American Indian thing, but you were born with that. We are Cherokee Indian. We actually have cards showing our members of the Cherokee Nation. My kids have them, but my kids have them too, but they will be the last of the bloodline to have enough blood to get cards. Cherokee. I heard stories about the Cherokee Indians. They are a wild and dangerous Indian tribe. Well, I feel sorry about the white Europeans stealing the land, North America, from the indigenous people. Some were killed off by colonists and diseases from them. Christopher Columbus was an idiotic murderer. He killed multiple Native Americans. After the United States became a country from independence from Great Britain in the 1800s, Native Americans were put on reservations. Also, the slave masters tried to make slaves out of the Native Americans. They put them in slave camps, and other Indians broke them free because they were smart and knew the land. Failed badly on making the Indians slave. They went to Africa and got a lot of black Africans, took them to North America on ships, and made them slaves. They did this because they didn't know the land like the Indians, being whipped as they picked cotton in the South. They had it hard, and the Native Americans had it harder. It was interesting to find out that you and your kids are members of the Cherokee Nation. No need for Ancestry.com. What are these cards that show you and your children as Cherokee? My mom had to do a lot of research in history to trace my dad's blood back to the Dante rolls, but when she did, he was able to be a member of the tribe. My siblings and I have cards, but my mom just had to send our birth certificates with my dad's info to prove our blood. And then for my kids, I sent my info. I don't know much about the history. I just thought it was cool to have the card, Lalu. And we get really good health insurance. BC, we have them. But figure that out until this past year. Really good health insurance. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, you probably deal with medical bills and, co-pays and deductibles. I mean, yeah, even though you got good health insurance, you can lose it out of the blue. I mean, you can probably end up being screwed by the health care here in America. I don't know. Okay, let me continue. Interesting. Good health insurance, BC. BC and British Columbia, Canada. Good health insurance in single payer universal health care. A healthcare system that is free of use and paid for through taxes. A healthcare system where where you don't have to worry about getting bankrupt over medical bills, die waiting because you can't get care, and do a lot of paperwork. Is your mom from Canada? I was just being lazy and using BC instead of the word because. Okay. She cut off. That's strange. Okay, well, I'll tell you about universal health care. It is a Medicare for all system that covers everyone. In the United States, it covers people 65 years of age or older. And countries like Canada and the United Kingdom that has a different version of universal coverage covers everybody of all ages. Rich people have the choice to go private under the system. If you move to Canada, you have to shop for a doctor. You choose your own doctor. You will have wait times. They will be long or not long. It's in the waiting room. If you go to a clinic or hospital for a simple checkup, you will say your name and that's it. You are asked to take a number and wait in the waiting room with everyone. When your number is called, you are ready to see the doctor. If you don't like the hospital or clinic you're in, you can go to another one. You can go to any one you want. You have choices. If you give birth to all your children in Canada, do you know how much it will cost you? Donut. $0 and 0 cents. It will come out of your tax dollars. If you get injured, need surgery, or a woman goes into labor to have a baby, they will not be put in the waiting room. They will get seen on the double. Your drugs will be cheaper or free. Under the system, if you don't work, you don't have to pay. But if you work, you have to pay. The United Kingdom has a national health care system called the National Health Service, NHS. It is free, public, and universal. If you leave the hospital, you would be given money at a cashier box before leaving. It is money for a ride home in a taxi or bus. Canada's system doesn't cover vision and dental. They are in the works to add it to the system. In France, if you have a baby, the French government will send nannies to clean up your house, do your laundry, and cook your food. Plus, you will be kept in the hospital until you fully recover. Have you ever heard of this healthcare system? Not lazy with this. Feel free to respond. Feel free to respond, Texas Cherokee Indian mom. And she put a smiley face. I didn't mean to make that laughing face on that message, and I don't know how to take it off. Sorry. It's okay, Amy. You made a mistake. I was just telling you what I know about universal health care. The Cherokee Indian mom thing was a figure of speech. I'm not mad. I hope you got something out of it. Thank you for telling me. Merci. Amy Tula Bazakana. Just say that in French. Okay. I assume that is French. That is really impressive that you can speak it and write it. You know about a lot of stuff that I don't. I know a little French and not a lot. I have a learning disability, but I am not going to let that stand in my way. I want to learn more French. I know French I know French spoken in Quebec is beating up the French in metropolitan France. French spoken in France is called metropolitan French. French spoken in Quebec is called Quebecois. Acadian French is French spoken by the Acadian population of the Canadian province of New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Latin for New Scotland, Prince Edward Island, parts of Quebec in the U.S. states of Maine, Vermont, and New Hampshire, and northern New England. Then there is Parisian French. I can say bonjour, hello, bonsoir, good evening, and parlez-vous français? Do you speak French? That's all I know. Anyway, enough of that. It is time for me to give you classic Richard Miles. I am going to make you laugh, Amy. Since you told me you and your 3 kids are members of the Cherokee Nation, I'm going to say this. I bet you have the power to transform into an animal. You can turn into an eagle, a wolf, and a coyote. You turn into an eagle to spy on one of your kids when they were in school. When they get into trouble, you go back home and wait for them to come home. When they come home, you tell them what they did, and you saw what they did. You turn into an angry wolf and chase them until they climb up a tree. Also, you turn into a coyote to hide behind a bush at where your husband works. You make sure he doesn't cheat on you with another woman. If you catch him with another woman, you will jump out growling at him. Mr. Broxley, honey, it's not what you think. We're just friends. Woman with Broxley. Oh my God, there is a coyote in here. Mr. Broxley, that's my wife. Woman, you told me you were single. Then you jump on him and attack him. You give him a warning if he tells you. You give him a warning if he tells you you don't look good in a pair of Levi's jeans. Amy, sweetie, Amy, sweetie, does these jeans make my butt look big? You say I don't. If you say I don't look good in them, I'm going to turn into a wolf and rip you apart. I'm going to turn you into a wolf and rip you apart, Mr. Broxley. You look good, honey. Also, you look good, honey. Also, your kids turn into animals. Your son acts as a lookout by watching you and your husband as an owl sitting on a power line. As you two leave the house, he goes to tell your 2 daughters. He goes to tell your 2 daughters after you two are gone. They invite all their friends from school and throw a party. They tell their friends on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. A black guy sees this and says this, "Damn! Au revoir, madame." Bonjour, West Texas Cherokee warrior mom. I hope you enjoyed the funny thing I put down for you to read. It is freezing, frigid, brisk, cold, and windy here in East Texas. I know you don't remember what went on in junior high and high school, but I'll tell you this. Me and you went to this school dance in the 8th grade. One of the boys were dancing with you, slow dancing. He called me over to let me slow dance with you. I put my hands on your hips and slow dance with you for a little bit. You screamed and ran away from me. It's because I was embarrassing myself and scaring you. Because of that, I got mad and poured soda all over you. You came into class with an angry look on your face. You were so mad at me, you gave me a look of hate and yelled at me. I look back on that and I found it funny. I hope you, your children, your husband is doing okay. Whatever you guys are in West Texas, whatever you guys are in West Texas. I'm doing fine. Bonjour, madame. I know you didn't understand what I said to you in French. In English, I said, good evening, madam. Did you like the funny stuff and the nice things I said about your family? I hope I wasn't being creepy and awkward. I'm trying my best to be a people person. I'm just not much. I'm just not much on texting and messaging. I forget to respond to people, and this week has been really crazy. Okay, this is the funny stuff here. Tell me about it. I go through crazy stuff all the time. Weird stuff too. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not married and I don't have kids. I'm thinking about settling down. I'm not on Facebook all the time. I made some friends online. My I'm friends with a guy in the United Kingdom, friends with a guy from Bossier City, Louisiana, and friends with a guy from Ohio. Damien, UK, Captain Brandon Horror Lover, aka Brandon Middleton from Louisiana, and Martel the Cool, Toledo. Damien tells me what's going on in the United Kingdom. He lives in a city called Kent, England. Kent, England. I don't work full time. I don't work a full time job. I clean houses and work as a substitute, but I work every day this week and we are painting our living room, so it's been extra crazy. My nephew meets new friends playing Xbox online. A kid from Ohio seriously thought he rode a horse to school because he is from Texas. You don't have a full-time job. That's great. You clean houses and work as a substitute. Are you a maid and a substitute teacher? The substitute teacher thing explains how intelligent you are. Nah, she's not that smart. You work every day painting the living room of your house and your nephew is meeting new friends and playing Xbox One. I don't understand the kid from Ohio thinking he rode a horse to school because he is from Texas. That's a Texas thing. Looks like I caught you in a bad time. You're busy, so I'll leave you alone. You have a life and you have a life to live and a job to do. I didn't work at all for a long time, but after all my kids were in school, I started subbing to get out of the house. Then my friends then my friends that clean then my friends that clean houses asked if I wanted to help on some. She did. Then I started doing some by myself. It's nice. It's nice to not have to work 8 to 5 every day and bring in some decent extra money. When you said you made friends online, it reminded me of my nephew's friend. Apparently, a lot of people think Texans are all cowboys that ride horses everywhere. Yeah. Ride horses everywhere. Yeah. True. I don't know. Ride horses everywhere. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah. When I was in England, when I was in London, England. Well, actually, come before coming off the cruise ship and heading back home from that cruise I took in 2017. I mean, the old couple thought that North America, like actually Texas, was like West Texas and a bunch of cowboys. And my dad set him straight about Texas. I mean, he was a guy who was part of the old couple. Yeah, that that my sister and my dad was talking to, and my mom, me, my dad, and my sister was sitting at the table with. And also, you got people in Europe think that North America is like the little house on the prairie. It's just funny. Okay, okay, more chit chat with between me and Amy. Well, well, when I was a kid living in Southern California, I was living on the Camp Pendleton Marine base with my mom's sister and my late older brother because my dad was in the military. When he retired, he decided we all need to move to Texas because California was so ridiculously expensive. Didn't know anything about Texas. I didn't even know Texas existed. Came here and saw people wearing cowboy hats and cowboy boots. The people talked very, very weird. I have family here because my mom and dad were from Texas. My brother was born in Texas. My sister and I was born in California. Texans think Texas is a country and have this silly state pride. I find you Texans to be odd people. Don't want to make you mad, Amy. Just saying. You got a job just to get out of the house after your kids were in school. That is an interesting life, and you got there, Amy. I hope you're not angry. Don't let things get to you. I don't let things get to me. I work at Walmart. I work like a dog there. I work full time. That is why I can afford to travel to different places. It seems to me you don't like living in West Texas. You told me you hate the weather. You and your husband can move wherever can move wherever after all your kids are adults and can take care of themselves. You guys can move to East Texas, my hometown of Oceanside, California, and Southern California, New England, Pennsylvania, the United Kingdom, France, Canada, or France. I'm not trying to force you guys on moving. It is up to the both of you to decide. I am just being a great guy and a caring friend to you, Amy. That's it. That's all. I've thought about trying to get a job at Walmart before. I'm just spoiled. I'm just spoiled to make my own schedule. I think it would be. I think it would. I think I would like to be the person that gets people stuff for pickup. They got rid of the door greeter job. I remember I was a janitor at TJ Maxx. I used to clean the bathrooms, men and women restrooms or washrooms. In the women's restroom was the most dirty restroom of the store. I think working at TJ Maxx will be a perfect place for you to work at. I don't know what city you live out in West Texas, but I know if there isn't any TJ Maxx stores out there. Walmart is a bad place to work at. There is some good jobs and others are not so good. At Walmart, they don't care who you are. Care who you are. You are just another number. They are not going to look at you as Amy, Rebecca, Parks, Broxley. They are going to look at you as number 4564358. I can imagine you as a Walmart associate. You got to go through training after filling out a job application online. You used to do it at a computer in the store, but they took it out. You can work at Walmart if you want. There's some things you're going to like and other things you are not going to like. You're a Texan. You can put up with it. I've been working at Walmart since 2011 at age 31. Worked at TJ Maxx as a janitor and a process associate from 2007 to 2011, 4 years. Going to get out of Walmart and work at Target. Yeah. Just want to tell her I'm still working at Walmart. I don't want to tell her I don't have a job. So yeah, just want to keep that a secret. But I'm still trying to find work. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, even though she's down to earth, and easy to talk to, but yeah, she doesn't know a lot, and you got people in America, and she's one of them. You got people in America just they don't want to learn anything. They don't want to learn about what goes on in other countries by watching global world news like the CBC in Canada, the BBC in the United Kingdom, and France 24 English in Paris, France, I-24 News. Um, she just watched the local news where she is, and just she probably watches like garbage television, But yeah, I heard some politician in Washington. His name is John Kerry. He ran for president in 2004, and he ran against George W. Bush, and he lost. Um, yeah, yeah, and he said this: Americans have the right to be stupid. It's like this, the knowledge base, the knowledge level of intelligence is very very low here in America. And things don't get worse when people get older. I mean, people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. I mean, the knowledge level is just extremely low. In the entire public don't care. They don't care at all. And this is shocking. Like, I have a learning disability. I'm held down and kept in the dark by my father because of what I was born with. And here, my friend Amy, like, she's smart. She's with it. Like if she, no, if she, no, if she was worldly educated, I mean, she would be a, she would be a deal to be reckoned with. I mean, she will have it. But she has this shitty bullshit crappy Texas education. I'm gonna say this. Like, I heard Greg Abbott doing that State of the State Union in Austin, like at the beginning of this year. I think in February. He talked about the great minds of Texas and saying that Texans are smart. Really, I'm looking at my friend Amy here, like, I'm telling her about universal health care, and like, and she didn't want to like go back and forth with me on this. And because she's not much of a typer. She forgets to type stuff down. And she has a family and she lives a crazy life. It's like this. And I remember Dog G said this. Um, Americans are on the lower level of evolution when it comes to education, and he talked about Americans have a lack of quality of life. And he said this, in European countries, in Europe, people work less and they produce more, and they spend more time with their families, and they have carnivals and festivals for no reason, and they like to have fun and enjoy life and cherish life. Here in America, that's different, and it's like this: school work, school work, school work, school work, school work, rushing, 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 getting to school, getting to work, getting to school, getting to work, getting to school, getting to work, paying the bills, putting gas in the tank of the car. School work, school work, school work, school work. And that's a lack of quality of life, you know. You know, it's like this, you know, America. I heard someone say this, you know, America is nothing more than a country that's built on doing business, working, making money, buying consumer stuff. That's it. I mean, that's all this country's all about. You know, and you know, if I tell this to my father, you know, he gonna think it's a lie, you know. And I said this to him, you know, I said this to him, you know, in America, you know, in America, people live to work, and in Europe, in foreign countries, people work to live. And my dad looked at it as a lie. He said, and he pointed at me and said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. Somebody told you that. Somebody told you a lie." So basically, he viewed this as a lie. It's not a lie. It's the truth. And, you know, I don't care. I don't care. If people think I'm nuts about this. I don't really care anymore, because you know what? At the end of the day, people in America like my dad are the ones who are nuts. They are out of touch. They don't have a clue about anything at all. At all. You know. At all, you know. Anyway, I just want to make this video. I mean, I said I want to do this, but you know, I have to do it. You know, I have to point out, like, and show you guys how someone who I went to school with is like now, and how they are. You know, yeah, like I said, you know, if she, you know, about Amy, like, you know, if her and her husband don't want to travel and see the world like I did, you know, if they don't want to do that, hey, I mean, that's their choice. I mean, I'm not gonna force them into this. I mean, I'm not gonna be like Doc G and just put them down. You know, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not, you know. And yeah, you know, that's all I want to say in this video. Bye.